Here to talk about the security being put in place, the threats in the government is watching out for right now is Douglas Ollivant. He's a senior fellow at the Foreign Policy Research Institute and a former National Security Council director. Douglas, can you give us some sense of the conversations right now that are going on within the intelligence community?
Well, the intelligence community is focused outward, so they're looking at what our external adversaries are doing about this. Internally, law enforcement, led by the FBI and the rest of the Department of Homeland Security, is doubtless having conversations with the various state polices and then certainly the local police around each of the state capitals, probably focused on the places that there have been incidents before: Richmond, Lansing, Salem, Oregon.
Douglas, there's so many threats on social media, right, on these different sites. I wonder, how is law enforcement distinguishing between what is a genuine threat and what's just an aspirational threat?
Well, it's very difficult to parse all these things. Look, there are people who are genuinely upset about the results of the election and who want to protest that, and that is their constitutionally guaranteed First Amendment right. Then there are those who want to use violence to overthrow the result, and that is something entirely different. But figuring out who among those are really serious and who are just social media impersonators, people who are trying to gain a reputation online and, wouldn't know which end of a gun to point, is very, very difficult for law enforcement, figuring out who's real and who's just making noise.
For that matter, Douglas, with the eye turned toward domestic terrorism, is there some concern that foreign adversaries might launch an attack on us on this date?
I don't think there's any real concern about foreign adversaries. I mean, certainly Al-Qaeda would love to take advantage of this, but I think we have them pretty well in a box, at least at the moment. What foreign adversaries are doing with this is making hay in the information arena. The Chinese, for example, are very much out there saying, hey, you've got people storming Washington. Don't criticize how we're handling Hong Kong, how we're handling the Uyghur problem. That's where our adversaries are really taking advantage of this.
Douglas, so much focus what happened on January 6th and obviously the inauguration coming up this Wednesday, but these problems don't go away. What is the focus as we move forward past the inauguration?
Look, this could be a long-term problem. We clearly have a very passionate minority that feels very strongly that they are utterly disenfranchised. They're in small communities of practice where everyone believes this. They have a lot of guns. They live mostly in rural areas. Law enforcement there may be sympathetic to their views and so isn't inclined to put a spotlight on them or highlight that they're there. This could be a long-term problem going forward.
That is disturbing to hear. Douglas Ollivant, thank you so much.